Alright, so hello and welcome to the fifth tutorial, I believe, that I'm going to make here for a Crucible Discord server. And this is using the BYOND engine. And today, what I'd like to do is I'd like to move on to making an interface for the game. And until now I was just typing out my tutorials, but the interface is a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to have to do this as a video, I'm afraid. So to do an interface, you go to File and New. You choose a new interface file, which you name the same as your world, which in my case is tutorial. So I'm going to call that the tutorial interface. And then you have this pop up here. So you're going to go to Windows, and you're going to set up your interface here. And you're going to need to bring this up so that it fits through the full screen, or it's going to look weird when you play your actual game. And on the interface we have a few items that we're going to put into it. And first we're going to need a map to have the character move around. So we're going to stick a map here on the interface. And actually, before we stick the map, we're going to edit the background of the interface first. Yeah. So I'm going to change the background color to, like, let's choose this one for the background color for this game. Alright. Yeah, this is good. Alright. So now we have a general background color. Or let's not do this color just yet, actually. Just choose it black, just to make a difference between this and the rest of the things that we're going to work with, I guess. Yeah. Sorry. And then we'll make the map. And we're going to put the map right up into the corner here. Alright, and then we're going to edit the map here. And this is map 1, and it's going to be the default map. And the width is going to be 672 by 672, just because it makes a nice square map. So we're going to do that. Alright, it looks like it's properly anchored at the 0 point here, so that's good. So we're going to continue editing our map here. And we're going to set the anchors automatically. So top left is at 0 and 0, which is good. Yeah, that's fine. And the map's appearance, I'm going to get the background to be this color for the background. And black text will be good. And the font, we're going to use a size 14 font. And we're going to use, I guess, Verdun as what we'll use this one, in this one. Alright. Okay, so that's our map. And then we're going to need a few other things. So now we'll have a place that we can move around on the map. And then we'll have an input section here. And this is going to be where you can put in your commands for the game. And when you want the game to do stuff, you do that as the input commands. And we're going to anchor this to the map on top. So to do that, first you click on the map and then control click on the new field, the input section here. And then you go over here and it says join top and bottom edges, so we're going to do that. So now we join the top and bottom edges, and then we're going to right click here and edit the input 1 field, and it's the default input, and we're going to auto set the anchors. The font is going to be the same as earlier, which is 14 and Verdana, if I can get to it. Here we go. Alright, so font is set. The background is going to be the same as the map's background. So it's going to be seamlessly linked with the map's background. It's all going to be the same color, basically. And that's it for the input. Now we're going to go over here, and we're going to need an output section. Basically for the data that comes out to you, what the game tells you, basically. And we're going to stick the output section here. I'm going to make it so that it reaches the bottom here. Alright, and we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to join the edges. So I pushed the mouse here, the left clicked here, then I pushed control left click here, control left click here to link all 3 of these items, and then I'm going to join the left and right edges. And that was a mistake because somehow my input disappeared. So let's undo this. Let's not do that. Let's figure out what I did wrong here. Alright, let's just take 2. So I'm going to grab you and you. Okay, you and you. I'm going to join your edges. Alright, looks like that worked. And I want to stretch you out over this way here. Alright, and then I'm going to edit output 1 as the default output. And I'm going to add some anchors. And I'm going to make it the same font as everywhere else, right? Which is going to be Verdana. Here it is. And the background is going to be the same as everything else. Alright. And actually we should put a border on these things. Let's put a line border between these. It'll be easier to tell the difference between each item. So let's do that. Let's just add a line border. On all of these things here. Alright. Okay, so now we have line borders everywhere. We have our output here. And we're going to need one more thing here. And it's going to be the info window. And this is a built-in thing from BYOND, and I'll show you what it does at some point later. This is for the stat panels, basically. But we'll just put that here. You can see stat already written on the top left there. Right, stat panels here. And we're just going to use this to fill out the rest of our screen here. And we're going to anchor it over to the map again, the same as before, using the left and right edge anchor. And we're also going to anchor it to the output here, using the top and bottom anchor. And again, that did not work. Why not? Let's try that again. Clicking on this and this one, but it's somehow, I don't know why, it's not unselecting this part here, the input window. Okay, now I have the input window not selected, so that's good. Alright, now I'm going to join the bottom and top edges. Alright, and left and right. Okay, now everything's good. Not quite sure why that was, but whatever. And now we're going to edit info 1. And it's going to be the default info panel. Auto set the anchors again. Set the font here again. Size 14 Verdana. Alright. And the background is going to be the same as everything else. Okay. And this is going to be what our game screen will look like. So this is your input for your commands, the output, what the game tells you, your information panel, which will give you your character stats and verbs and such, and the map where you'll move around and do your things. And we're done. So let's have a look. First we're going to save this, and we're going to have a look at what this does when you run the whole thing. So Control R to run. Let's see what it looks like. And here we go. So I have my output here, right? Hello world, my name and such. At some point I'll have to put that into the stats here. Stats panel is empty. Here is where I can put in commands like hello, do something please. Well, that's not a command, so it has no idea what I'm talking about. And if I maximize my window, everything looks okay. And let's just have a look at the map here. Alright. Good. Everything's lined up well, it looks good. And that's it. So now we have a little bit of a better looking interface for the game. So next we'll move on to putting this data here into your stat panel. But we'll do that at the next tutorial. For today that's enough. Thank you and see you next time.